This watch does one thing better than all of the Casio watches. It's the best at being, well, the flattest. These are in reverse order, by the way. The most popular Casio watch will feature last, based on what my viewers are watching the most across my 30 plus hands-on Casio reviews, excluding G-Shocks and Edifice. I'm talking affordable resin case Casios that keep winning fans for a reliable set it and forget it tool watch, freedom from connected devices. And nobody does this better than Casio. But why have people zeroed in on these select 6 watches? Well, I've tidied a space just big enough on my desk to show you, so let's find out. Behold how slight the Casio A700. Extraordinary beyond all measure. Except, well, I can't measure it. It's 6mm, see? That's crazy. It's not much thicker than a festival wristband or a folded ham slice. The A700 then is being snagged by those who want a comfortable everyday wear watch, and with this watch on my wrist, I forget I'm wearing it, but everyone else notices. The attractive flat case facets are echoed in this repeating pattern on the stainless steel bracelet links. And what do you think? Is it the most retro looking Casio watch you've seen, or can you think of another that holds that crown? Next, yeah, we'll keep this snappy, but you can find a link to my full review of each watch in the description and affiliate links to where you can buy them with the usual disclaimer that I earn a small fee if you use a link to buy something. So next is the extra cute and consequently much sought after Casio MQ-24. Heads up, you'll need to hire a special forces unit to preserve an eyes-on visual at all times to deny enemy swiping. Mums, siblings, friends all become hostile actors intent on securing this asset. Yeah, oddly they just ask for it. No other watch elicits this assumption that if just asked for, maybe I'll get it. So don't fall for this textbook coercive offensive. You'll have suffered total asset loss with zero resistance. Non-effective countermeasures. Maintain physical separation from interested parties. Avoid eye contact during the admiration phase. Watch their hands, not their eyes. Respond to requests with non-committal denial. And withdraw immediately. Taking the middle spot here for popularity is the apathetically named W217H. Mine has the gold-coloured details, but blue features on the more common variant. It's basically a big version of the F-91W, which I'll show you next, including a more difficult to find colour. So, the W217H is for those who owned an F-91W at school, but as a grown-up, your newly acquired dimensions mean you can't fasten the band. Well, this solves that problem. It has a larger case and longer strap, and appears then to meet a useful need that is underpinning its popularity. And while I purchased all of my Casio watches with a mindset of using them for product reviews, I do actually wear this one often. By the way, this watch and the F-91W both have batteries that are said to last about 7 years, but that normally assumes you play with the backlight and use the alarms, which perhaps you won't, so you might only get a chance to change the battery 3 or 4 times before your own expiry. With our newly found cheerful outlook, let's move on. Next up, well, I messed up the surprise, didn't I? But it might surprise you to learn that it's not the most popular watch here, but does make the final 3. The famous Casio F-91W. You can see that mine still fits my 7-inch wrist. It's the watch I grab when I have something really important to do and I want to eliminate any potential problems or discomfort that day. Actually, I have 2 in my collection. This Casio remains abundantly in demand, favoured for its reliability, timeless appeal, and for some, as a deliberate anti-status symbol. It's probably the most recognised and talked about Casio of all time. But you already knew that, so some news. Perhaps the only thing you don't like about the idea of owning a smartwatch is that you can't buy one that looks this cool. Well now, depending on when you're watching this video, you can pre-order an aftermarket circuit board, the OlliWatch 1 do-it-yourself kit, not sponsored. Oh, and due to ship in March 2026. Imagine an F-91W with Bluetooth functionality, fitness tracking, app syncing, world time, retro gaming, and a bunch of other additional features. And it's designed to be installed without soldering. Check it out yourself, I put a link in the description. Moving on, this watch almost came in first. It shrugs off today's smartwatch distractions. I remember using one in math class. It's a cult classic, and of late, a watch now revered by Gen Z, I can't pronounce it without some determined concentration, who by all accounts are embracing 90s style Casio watches as their latest must-have items. This is the Casio CA53W, better known as the Calculator Watch or Data Bank. From their 1988 conception to present-day TikTok fame, these models have been adored for almost 40 years. But is it good? Well, the display is a little small, there's no backlight, and you probably won't use the calculator even if you're determined to embrace older tech. The calculator on your phone is just easier to use. What it excels at is being effortlessly retro and very lightweight for a comfortable wear. And like me, you can't not have one in your collection if you're a serious Casio collector. Here it is, the last watch, and the one everyone's after. The Casio AQ-230 has clocked up more views than any other of my reviews of affordable resin case Casio watches over the last 12 months. It's not perfect, so what's the big deal with this one? I don't think it's a complex answer. It just looks good. In fact, I recall a viewer's comment that got a few likes on my previous video, calling it one of the most beautiful watch reviews they'd seen, and I think they're referring to the watch, not my shaky camera work. And this white dial variant seems to be the most sought after. The hybrid dial is a bit of a lifesaver for me. While travellers might use it to track a second time zone, I keep both displays synced so I can pretend I'm faster at reading the analog time. Check out the acrylic crystal. It lets me see this fantastic dial with zero reflections, even from extreme angles. And it's another watch with an ultra slim case, just 8.1mm, and easy to slip under longer shirt sleeves. These buttons set the digital time and operate stopwatch functions, date and alarm. And this one sets the analog time. So this one stands out as a practical and charming watch that feels more like a restrained dress watch than a typical Casio. But I said it wasn't perfect. Well, I can only find one annoyance. To set the analog time, you have to push and hold down quite hard on this button and then wait for the time to rotate very, very slowly until it eventually arrives at the time you want. And if you're too slow to let go at just the right moment to sync the time, then you have to advance the hour hand another 12 complete rotations of the dial. 2 new Casios coming up soon. See ya. Bye.